Hey guys, just doing another Python tutorial today, so we'll be continuing with the programming series. So we'll be working on escape sequences and stuff, finishing up the math stuff as well. So we'll just be starting with just a format thing here. So basically, if you don't want the print function to start a new line, you can try this formatting symbol. It's like a symbol sequence or something, so we'll just do a small example here. So we'll just print 1. So you have to say end equals, I think it's a space. Or do you have, I think you have to use these single quotes. Like that. Do you have to use the single quotes? I'm not sure. Actually, not sure if you have to use it. We'll try both ways. So here we'll say print 2. And we'll say end equals, we don't want a space. So we'll be doing escape sequences in a sec. But we'll just try this here. So print 1, 2, 3, so we want them on the same line. So here we'll have 3. Then we want a new line at the end. So we'll try that. Okay, so I think you can do it both ways here. You can use either single quote or double quote. Whoops. So that's how to basically just print a bunch of things on the same line. So that's one way to do it. Actually, that might be the only way to do it. So it specifies a space. I think you can just put no space in here. Let's try that. So now we got the everything. So yeah, so that's if you don't want a space, if you want everything together, you can do that. Can you do this? There's a way to do it. We'll look at this in a sec to print extra things. Okay, so you can do that. You can play around with it, see what you can do, see what you can't do. Just try it out. I think you can do like multiple spaces. You can do like something like that. With a $sign in there too. So that's how you can format some of your printing and stuff, or your output. So now we'll do so if you don't want a space, you can do it another way. So there's another way to do the exact same thing we just did here with, like, if we just close them like this. So we don't want to print a space, we can do that. But we can also do it like this. So we just go sep, stands for separation, I think. So we just say sep equals nothing. I think it's like that. No. I think there's an extra quote there. Just one. Maybe like that. Try that. Nope. You might need just one single quote. Like that. No. I have this print here, but it's really hard to see. Maybe it's just like an apostrophe. That is an apostrophe, isn't it? Maybe it's like that. No? That's weird. Where's that, that's really strange, okay. That's alright, so we have one way to do it, actually I think it's something in between. Let me just pull it up on my phone and just see if I can see it. What page is this? It should open up to the same page. One sec here. Okay, here we go. So it's sep. Is that a star? I think it's a star. Nope, can't be a star. It might be outdated now. That could be it. It's just they're supposed to be, so we have one, comma, SEP equals, and it looks like it should just be a quote, but it's not liking that for some reason. It's doing double quotes. Or, it's just not, it might be PyCharm itself. Maybe like this, sep equals, typo in the book perhaps. No? That is weird. Might be outdated, so we'll just try this one more here, see if this works. Yeah, it might be outdated now, so just do it the other way with the, what did we do before? We said and equals, so you can just use and equals, it works the same way. So now we'll just move on to the next code, so we'll go on to escape characters. Oh, they call it characters instead of sequences in Python. So I think you can sometimes use it a bit differently than other languages. Like for example, usually one print line will move to the next print line, just one print line, but in Python you can span multiple print lines down in one print statement. So we'll just show that here. So we have a print. So here we'll just have one, then a new line, two, new line, three, new line. So that'll print out on 3 different lines. So we have 1, 2, 3. And of course, if we would have done that without the new lines, it would have just printed them out all in one string on one line. And every time, so the print function in Python, it automatically does a new line, I believe. So if we print 1 here, and then print 2 here, they're going to be on different lines. So if we put a new line here, there should be a space here. So there's a gap in between the two. You can probably, I think you can do more than one, as we said. 2 gaps. So you can do more. Usually, I don't know if you can do that. Like, you know how we printed 1, 2, 3 below each other. I don't think you can do that in other languages. You have to do it in each statement. But that's so that's the new line. It's just a \n. Oh, okay, so it is the backslash. So that's a backslash, and the / is the one going. So it's kind of confusing. But if you look on your keyboard, the one with the question mark beside the shift, so that's a / I guess. Backslash is the one that we just used here. So I might have confused those in the past. So /n, that's a new line, as we showed. Is that do we say that was a back? So the back, I think that's a backslash. The \1 quote, which Python's not letting me do, is it just prints a quote. Sorry, you can actually print that. It prints just this apostrophe kind of thing, and then if we do that, that prints out the actual backslash if you want that in the print statement, like the actual symbol. /t, that's a tab, so you can space out things with a tab. Like if you hit the tab character, it gives you like how many space? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4. So it's 4. So a tab gives you 4 spaces, I guess. So a tab gives you 4 spaces in between. You can space your characters out or your numbers, or whatever you're spacing out, images or whatever. I think we can skip that. We don't really need to do too many examples. So it's just the way that we did the /n. It's just the same way to do it with the tab and the whatever you want, pretty much. Just play around with them. So the plus operator in Python can be used to concatenate things, kind of like Java, basically. So here we can have we'll do this example here. So we'll have print. This is +1 string. So it should just print them out as one string. So that's one string. Here we can have str1 points to this is 1. This is str2 points to one string. We can say print str1 plus str2, maybe with a space somewhere. This is 1. Try that. This is one string, so you can space them out however you want. You can add a space. See how we did that? We added a space here. That spaced it out nicely. We didn't have a space here, so we spaced that out. We could have maybe spaced this out and gotten actually the same. Or we could have done this. This is put a space here in str1. That would have given us the same result here. And if we do that, we would have had a double space in between. So just some string manipulation stuff there. Add numbers, like probably that works with numbers too if you're printing them out. So here we'll format some numbers. So if we print something out and we get a repeating decimal, which I won't write that part out. Actually, maybe I should. Okay, so we'll do this example here. So we have so we'll say amount underscore due points to 5,000 as a float with a decimal 0, and we'll say monthly payment points to amount underscore due divided by 12.0. So here we'll say print the monthly payment is, and then pass in monthly payment. I spelled something wrong. Monthly payment. Oh yeah, I forgot an equal sign here. Apologize. Okay, so if we print that out, we're gonna get a repeating decimal. So we should be getting a float if we print that out. Why is it always printed in such small print? Okay, so we have. I don't even think you can change that. I've tried to play around with it, haven't gotten anything. I always have to do it manually. Every time I hit the play, it just goes back to small print again. Okay, so we have the repeating decimal is 416.6666 all the way to 7. So if we want to format that, we can use a format. We can use a format function. So here, the monthly payment is. Actually, that's not going to do anything. Actually, yeah, we could do this here. So we could say. Let's try putting a format here if we can do that. I don't know if it'll like that, but we'll try. I need another. So again, if you don't know, just play around with it, like add functions here and there, and see if it works. So what we have to do is we want that to. We need a quote here. Sorry, a comma. I think we need a comma here, and then a. Point to F. Try that. So see that formatted it. We don't have the repeating decimal anymore. And I think we could have just used double quotes as well. There we go. So I prefer to use double quotes actually. I'm just used to like when you're writing codes, you don't usually use characters in other languages, so I just use the double quotes. That way, it just keeps it easy for me. throughout different languages. If you do the same things, if you can do as much as possible throughout the same, if you can do as much as possible throughout the different languages, like the same thing. If you can do the same thing as close as possible between like multiple languages, it keeps it easy to remember. Pretty much to be able to write all of them over the course of time, like frequently. So it helps, like little tricks like that. Okay, so we'll, do we do this line formatting? Yeah, we did, okay. No, that was it, okay, there we go. So of course we could have put this format on another print statement on the next line, but in one line it worked perfectly like that. Actually, you probably would have got better marks for doing it like this, just to save maybe execution time. Would have done it in one print statement. Maybe it looks better, something like that. Like, I mean, both ways you probably would have got full marks, but if you would have done it like this, maybe you would have got a bonus mark or two or something. Okay, so here we'll do, well, you can format in scientific notation using the E character instead of using F, because we did F here as a float, so you can do .2E to do scientific notation. I can't even remember using scientific notation. I think I took a chemistry class. No, how many did I take? I think I took one chemistry class. I was supposed to do another at least 2 biology to get a science credit, but I didn't, and I actually still have that outstanding. I didn't end up doing it. If I want an associate's of science, basically a free associate's of science degree, I just need to do 2 biology credits, which I'll probably do in the future at some time. Because I did, actually no, I think I did 2 chemistries. So I got almost a full, like a special science minor or something with my other science classes. I think I might go plant biology actually, if I can, but anyways, so we'll just go over, if you guys, I'm just giving you an idea, if you guys are in computer science, it doesn't hurt to do some extra science credits to get some. You can always get like a minor, or in my case you can get an extra degree if you have enough credits, an associate's degree even. That's just science, so if you have a computer science degree and you, at least in Canada, have a look at schools in Canada too if you want to do that, if you're from the States or whatever. My school is Thompson Rivers University. They basically, they give, with the credits I had, was it 1 or 2 chemistries, and if I do 2 more biologies, or at least 2 more science credits like that, you can get you can add your credits with your other computer science credits to get a full, just a science degree. So it's just a general science degree, which is actually helpful because it opens up some more job opportunities. Like for example, if I wanted to work at like UBC, the University of British Columbia, if I wanted to work in the plant biology place, like do some research or something, and get paid for it, I could go as like if I want to study marijuana or something, like marijuana sciences, I can say that I have a plant biology associates and I might be able to get a job there. So it's kind of helpful. Okay, so if we have, so maybe you guys might like that too. So if we have so instead here we'll just do, I think we can just change this to an E. Try that. There we go, so we printed it in scientific notation, just with an E. Just by changing the E to an F, I think you can use a capital E as well. The capital E will be printed here. versus a little e is lowercase. So there's a bunch of these kind of formatting things. Actually, not that many, so we'll just do them. We have, so you can insert commas between large numbers. So we'll just show how to do that. If you're making like a banking app or something, financial app, you want someone with a large balance will have the numbers with commas instead of just printing them out like this. You'll want to have like the commas and the period at the end with the double zeros or something like that. So we'll just show how to do that. So here we'll have print we'll say format here. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll just say dot 6, 7, 8, 9. Comma, is that in the same? Yeah, that is in the same thing. Okay, so then we'll have a space. In the string we'll have a comma again, a period, and a 2F. So I think what it's saying is, so we'll just print it out first. So we got 12,000 with the comma, 345, and then dot 68 cents. So what it's saying is it's going to tell the Python interpreter that we want a comma between large numbers. I think it does that automatically. And then the period's going to say we want a period. So at the decimal place, we want a float, which is going to space it out by 2 decimal places. And it's going to round that last number as well, either up or down, depending on what it is. So yeah. So if we print out a larger number here, let's just say how many numbers we have. Okay, so try that. So that is $99 million, $999,999.68. So I think it does the commas automatically. So you just need to put a comma there, and it's gonna format it for you. That's the built-in function. I'll give PyCharm a plus on the colors. The color scheme's better than C-Line, I think. I think they had it right on Java, and they had it right on IntelliJ and PyCharm. Those are the community, the most used C-Line IDEs because they're free. C-Line, I got it because my student, you can use your student email to sign up for free if you want to use JetBrains software for free. If you have your student account. Student email, they give you free access, but I think since there not as many people use it, some of the features are like the color scheme is really bad. I think the custom ones aren't that great either. The custom themes, but you can change that, all that stuff, if you want yourself to whatever colors you want. Okay, so we've been doing this for 30 minutes. Let's see what else we have. I think we'll just continue here. Might be a longer video. We don't really need to do this one. I mean, we just showed how to do the comma thing. The commas and the the float to 2 decimals, so that's fine. Skip that one. So minimum field width. So the format specifier can also include a minimum field width, which is the minimum number of spaces that should be used to display the value. The following example prints a number in a field that is 12 spaces wide. So we'll just write that line out here. So we'll have print the number is comma format 1 2 3 4 5 dot 6 7 8 9 0. Comma. We want it 12 spaces wide. With commas and to 2 decimal places on the float. So it basically, this whole thing should have 12. I think it's 12 spaces in it in total. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16. No, maybe 1 2 12 spaces. Maybe in between here. 1 2 no 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. 1 2 3. Maybe between the number is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Okay, I think it might be the gap in there. So just play around with it. However spaces you need, just play around with that number to see if it matches up correctly. That's what I would do if you're not sure. So I think we'll do a better example of that in this code here. Actually, I think we'll just skip that. So we'll do formatting a float number as a percentage. Okay, so sorry about that for a sec. I was just saving the song here. So we have print, and then we'll pass in format. So if we want to format 0.5 as a percent, because 0.5 as a percent is half 1 over 2, right? Which is actually 50%. So we'll have a comma. Then in the string we'll have a 0.20%. So that gives us 50%. If we want to, what happens if we put 2 zeros there? Whoops. Is that the same thing as the first one? Yeah, it is. Okay, so we have 50% there. So 0.5 is 50%. 0.05 is going to be 5%. That 0 might do 0.5%, so we'll try. Nope, 5%. So that's all right. So hopefully you guys get that. If you want a percent, you can do it that way. So you can also format integers before we formatted floats. You can use a %D for that. Oh, sorry, just a D, no percent. So it's pretty much the same thing. You can add commas and all that. Just play around with a D if you want, instead of an F. And just to finish up here, in programming, constants are, you can use a constant instead of a magic number. So a magic number, let's say you're looking at a long code that someone writ, and so the bank called you to fix their app or their actual interface at the bank, the online banking, like say the web portal or something. And so the old programmer that did it in like the 90s or the early 2000s or something, earlier than that maybe, had used a random number that he had like interest rate is equal to like 0.050, and all throughout the code they just have so he has interest rate, he doesn't, instead of interest rate, instead of naming a variable interest rate, what he does, it just uses 0.005. So at random places throughout, like let's say the code is like 10,000 or 100,000, 10,000 or 100, probably 100,000 lines if it's that kind of code. Then if it's 100,000 lines, and imagine through either 10,000 or 100,000 lines you have that 0.005 number just randomly throughout the code. It's literally printed like 100,000 times, and every time he writ a line of code, he just used the number itself. So that's a magic number. When you look at it, you're like, well, what is this number? What do I do with it? How do I fix it? What is this number? You're gonna have to try to figure out the whole code. To save you remembering why you wrote it, or to try to fix why someone else wrote it, you can set up a variable like this. You can say like it was interest rate equals 0.005, and if it doesn't change, a constant is usually written in capitals, so it's like this, like that, or either way. So constants, like in C you can have const. In Java you can use the final keyword. In Python you can just type them all in capitals to specify that it's a constant. So that'll fix magic numbers. So that'll conclude the code for today. We'll be moving on to booleans, if and else structure stuff in the next video. If you guys liked the video, you can like and subscribe if you want to the channel for more programming videos and investing videos. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Thanks for watching.